Kindly rise as the dignitaries take the stage. Kindly be seated. Mind mapping is the GPS for your thoughts, helping you navigate complexity, spark creativity, and bring clarity to your ideas. Good morning, everyone. It is my privilege to welcome you all to today's workshop organized by the Department of Professional Management Studies at Krista Jayanti College on mind mapping. Before we proceed, let's take a moment to center ourselves with a silent prayer. Mind mapping is vital as it refines cognition, ignites creativity, and crystallizes complex ideas into intuitive visuals. By synchronizing logic and imagination, it enhances retention, accelerates problem solving, and streamlines decision making, making it indispensable in learning, strategy, and innovation. Its adaptive structure fosters clarity, boosts productivity, and transforms ideas into actionable strategies. Today, we are privileged to have with us a distinguished resource person, Dr. Mallikarjuna KH, founder and director of DigiNet Online India Private Limited. His expertise in digital strategy, innovation, leadership makes him an ideal speaker for this dynamic topic, offering valuable insights from his entrepreneurial journey. We extend a hearty welcome to you, sir. We also extend a heartfelt welcome to Dr. Ajay Ibrahim Thomas, Faculty Coordinator of the Department of Professional Management Studies, Dr. Shubha and Dr. Shiva Prasad, Faculty Coordinators for this event, whose constant encouragement, guidance, and unwavering support have been instrumental in making today's event a reality. We welcome you, ma'am. We welcome you, sir. A special welcome to all our esteemed faculty members, our dedicated student coordinators, and our enthusiastic second-year students of BBA Professional Management Studies. Your active participation and energy brings life and purpose to this gathering. We welcome you all. I now invite Sean Kenneth to share a brief overview of Dr. Mallikarjuna KH's remarkable accomplishments.
Good morning. Dr. Mallikarjuna is an accomplished professional with an M.Tech in computer science and over 25 years of experience in training and development. He has been awarded an honorable doctorate in leadership, life skills, and yoga training. Specializing in personality development, Dr. Mallikarjuna has dedicated the past 15 years to working as a personality development trainer for the National Skill Training Institute and Deccan Herald, a leading English daily newspaper. He also runs the DigiNet Online India Private Limited, a company focused on software development, computer training, and personality development. His expertise spans various domains, including soft skills, leadership, and team building. Dr. Mallikarjuna has successfully managed training programs for numerous corporate and education institutions, constantly achieving program objectives and contributing to the personal and professional growth of his trainees. I now invite Dr. Mallikarjuna to take the stage and share his thoughts and expertise with us.
Thank you very much. So these chairs, if you can get in. Guys, happy morning. BBA students in such a beautiful campus, and you are not studying high school or +1 or +2, you are in college, you are about to hit that dream job of 1.5 CR per year or 1 CR per year, keeping all that objective. If your happy morning is going to be so dull, no mind mapping will make you actually even think of the target. Your mind will not be ready to even map that. Our limitation is we are not ready to map. There is no limitation from his side. My limitation is I am not able to map myself to that 1 CR per year salary that I could actually take being in the same campus, attending what is called as campus drive from the same college. Let me share, in your ex-students, there are a lot of them. When I am talking from the Christ College perspective also, there are BBA and MBA students who have got 1 CR per year as a CTC, and it was possible because they were able to map themselves to that. Mapping is all about, are you good enough dreaming big? When I ask this question, none of us are daring enough to dream big because we don't believe in ourselves. That's okay. But we have also stopped believing in Him who is there in all of us. If a chaiwala could become a prime minister, what kind of mind mapping he would have done right from the childhood to make himself believe that I am not made for small things in life. I will live as a chaiwala, I will die as a chaiwala. This is not my destiny. My mind mapping has to go far beyond that. A tribal woman who had to only live in the forest, but one day she decides, I am not going to die as a tribal woman living in this deep forest. I am made for big things in life, and she maps herself and she keeps consistently remapping herself and going to that destiny. And today she is the president, the first citizen of India. We are proud about her. A fisherman's son who should have lived as a fisherman and who should have died as a fisherman, and all of us want him to be like that. Because most of the time, our inhibition is, if my father is not a doctor, how can I expect myself to be a doctor? If my father is not an engineer, how do you expect me to be an engineer? If my father is not a businessman, how do you expect me to be a businessman? Go and tell this fisherman's son that your father is a fisherman. He was in such a remote village where there was no electricity at all. Go and tell this tribal girl, you live in the forest, you will have to die in the forest. You go and tell this chaiwala, if you are born as a chaiwala, you will have to die as a chaiwala. But they thought mapping themselves differently because they believed in themselves and they also believed in Him who is in us. Always remember, our life is not our own journey to the destination. Our life is not our own journey to the destination. God is a co-author of this destination. God is a co-author of this journey also. But He cannot without you and you cannot without Him. Right choices when need to be made, you will have to make the right choices. Our life and mind mapping can be analyzed. Yes, as rightfully one of your friend read, it is a GPS mapping. But are you daring enough to map yourself to that destination? Our life is a BCD. B stands for beginning, C stands for choices, and D stands for destination. I would personally request, pick up a book, whichever you have, and write down the heading, mind mapping. Please. Pick up a book. Most of you just staring will not work. You will have to make some kind of a kinesthetic movement, only then things will get deep inside you. So put an heading as mind mapping. And put this first statement, BCD way of living life. BCD way of living life. Mind mapping. That should be the top heading. It has to be in bold. So write it as big as possible. Use the biggest font. You will have to use a biggest font. Mind mapping. Life is always about our BCD. We call it as BCD journey. Please put it as BCD journey or BCD mapping. The next statement what you are going to write is BCD mapping. B stands for beginning. Your beginning has already happened. Beginning is not in your choice. Beginning is something that is gifted by God. But let me tell you, all of your beginning has happened superbly because none of you are born as non-humans. Your entire existence being born as a human itself says you are that selected species. And you have been gifted to be born as a human being. There are millions and billions of species, and God could have given you one of it, but if He has chosen you to be born as human, that means you are the selected ones from those billions of species, billions of living creatures, and you are being gifted to be born as human. What is the return gift you have to God? You should make Him feel proud that one human life was not wasted. A Chaiwala, when he actually lives as a Prime Minister, he has already lived his life so positively that God would be definitely proud of him. You should also make God feel proud about yourself. Your beginning has started. Yes, in the same Christ College, because I stay close by, I give sessions there. I have seen the campus drive happening, and I also went once for the campus drive. There were companies who offer these MBA students 1 crore, 1.5 CCTC, and it is not just for IITians who get this kind of an offer. Even BBA and MBA students do get. But are you mapped to that? No, I am not mapped. Then your destination will be somewhere else. So BCD, B is a beginning which has already happened. D is the destination which you will have to fix. The genie is always there. You rub a magic lamp and a genie comes and he asks, your wish is my command master. What do you want? Where do you want to go? Because we are talking about mind mapping. I want to be on the toppest level. Prime Minister, President, CEO of the top company in the world. Are you ready to map yourself to that destination so that taking you there is not your responsibility, it is genie's responsibility. But dictating genie, I want to go there, saying your wish with lot of conviction has to be your mood, that's all. The rest will be taken care by the genie. Most of the time, genie will not change the destination. B, C, D. Genie will not change the destination. You make a choice and you change the destination. 1.5 CR is never going to be my cup of tea. 1 CR is okay. After few months, 1 CR is never going to be my cup of tea. I think if I get even 50 lakhs per year, that would be more than enough. Genie did not come and change your wish. You changed, and every time you change, the genie again puts it across, your wish is my command master, and your 50 lakh CTC will be fulfilled, will be delivered. That's all, he's just a delivery boy. And sometimes when you are asking, you doubt yourself, I agree. Lekin you doubt him, that is stupidity, na? Right now I have taken a class, I may approach one or two of you, and I may say, I don't have petrol for my car, can you just lend me 500 rupees, which is non-returnable. Few of you will be happy to even lend 1000 rupees. Fine. But if I ask 10,000 rupees, definitely I also know aapke औकात utna nahi hai that you can actually give 10,000. I agree. This is a simple understanding. But whom are you asking? What is औकात? What is energy? What is giving that can be compared to whatever you can get from the rest of the world all put together? There is nothing. It is very minute. And why are you hesitant to ask him, this is the destination I want to go? Map yourself to the destination and say, I want to go there. Let me tell you, nothing in life happens out of coincidence. Most of the time you would have thought, oh, my mom and dad, they came together, they were in good mood and I was born. No, there was a time when Vivekananda was required and he had to go on project, India is not the same India. My beloved brothers and sisters of America, these wordings had to be told to prove that here lies India, a spiritual country which cannot be compared to any other country in the world. That had to be told. There was a need when actually pandemic hit so badly. One lady had to send a very strong message. If I am determined and if I map myself, I can also start missionaries of hospitals, not alone in Calcutta. I can start it all around the world. And this lady was an Indian. I'm talking about Mother Teresa. Why? She was destined. She had already decided, I want to do this. There was a time when people looked up India and they mapped us as though we are cannibals. Let me take the same statement. Even Google search engine, when we asked for Indian pictures, when we were using computers, when your teachers were using computers, when we asked for any Indian images, it used to show Indians as though we are the ones who live in forest, deep in the forest, and our entire projection of what we are capable of was underdriven. Yes, because that is how we were mapped. And the entire world thought that is what we are. And today when you look at India, people look up to us as the most technocrat people living in this world right now. Even US is proud about all the technocrats of India. It was not this time. Last time there was an announcement that Trump made. He was very serious that it is going to be whites, it's going to be Americans alone who will be working in the top, what we call it as the designations, and rest of it, the lower designations, will be poured down to the foreigners who come to India. And they called for a closed door meeting because when he was about to announce that all the top-notch the designations in all the verticals, it could be IT, it could be aeronauticals, it could be scientific inventions, it could be R&D. He wanted to make an announcement that all the top bureaucrats, that means technocrats, will be put down, and only in those top bureaucrats, only non-foreigners, only Americans are going to work. When this was announced, there was an intelligence report which told it is going to be a chaos. And he called for a closed door meeting. And the closed door meeting, all the important personalities of United States of America, company owners, company CEOs, company directors, when they were asked to speak about this decision isn't going to work, they told, if you're going to do this, there is going to be a big disaster. They took India as an example and they told, if you stop India from being in Microsoft, Indians will start one more Microsoft, and there will not be any Microsoft that will be in every household. There will be Indian operating system that is going to touch every household. The MS Office, what we are proud of, if we stop every Indian who is working in a technocrat in the top level, if he is going to be thrown out, they will have their own MS Office and we will be the second. That's what happened recently. The Chinese, deep, seek. Yes. It's possible, and India is going to come again within 2-3 days. Why? We have already mapped ourselves. We are not destined to be clerks. We are not born as clerks and we will not die as clerks. This is what Britishers actually did to our education system. They built up what is called as clerical vending machines. From here, the people are students, like youngsters are put into education. From here, clerks are coming. Students are going, clerks are coming. That is how our mind had that blockage. Till today, when Indian scientists were not proud, but when we talk about 30 years back, today Indian scientists are very, very proud. Indian scientists' kids are also very, very proud. It so happened there was one such astronaut meet where all the scientists working in all the countries, they were brought together under one umbrella, along with their kids, and there was some technology exchange that was going on. The media people went up to few of those NASA scientist kids and they asked them, when you grow up, what do you want to become? Where do you want to work? Unanimously, everybody told, we want to work in ISRO. The media was surprised and they asked, why is that you want to work in ISRO? Because ISRO has done so many miraculous things that even it is difficult for us, NASA scientists, to imagine. That is what my father told. If we take up an example of Mission Mars. Mission Mars was a very complicated project and lot of investments had to be made. But when we looked at our success, we were able to send just at a cost of less than 10 rupees per kilometer, which was unbelievable. Most of the US so-called government companies, when they made a comparison to the budget of what is called as Mission Mars of US and Mission Mars of India, the comparison was our costing was much lesser compared to their costing, and there was at that one movie Gravity was released during our Mission Mars launch, and the entire cost of the production of the movie Gravity, our investment on Mission Mars was 1/10 of that movie. Where is a comparison with what was actually NASA's budget? At that point of time, many government agencies where they had top bureaucrats working there, top scientists working there, for various of their research to become actually fruitful or to reach the destination, they wanted their satellite to be launched. When they had approached NASA, the budget was very huge, which they could not afford. When they came across that ISRO is capable of putting its satellites into the orbits at a cost less than 10 rupees per kilometer, they thought their dream is going to come true, and within their lifetime they can see their project coming into action. And one such day, ISRO took up a launch with 120 plus satellites in one go, and it went and it left it into its orbits. So ask yourself, are you strong enough, are you daring enough to map yourself big? Most of us, we are not daring enough. Sometimes we will have to definitely ask this question, Dushman kahan hai? Can any of you answer? Dushman kahan hai? It's a simple word. Dushman bagal mein hai. Is that the wordings? Can you repeat the question 2 times? Dushman kahan hai? Once more. Dushman kahan hai? And most of the time the wording goes like this, Dushman bagal mein hai. But let me tell you, Dushman bagal mein nahi hai, Dushman andar hai. If a chai wala would not have mapped himself to this destination, you would have lived as a chai wala and you would have died as a chai wala. A Draupadi Murmu, if she wouldn't have mapped herself that I want to expand, come what may, day in, day out, my yesterday should not be equal to today. From yesterday to today, I should have expanded, I should have learned something new. If she wouldn't have made this mind mapping, she would have lived in the forest and she would have died in the forest, just like there are lakhs of people who are living a tribal life and they are dying a tribal life. A chai wala son would have actually left a message that if I need to be an engineer, my father needs to be an engineer. It doesn't work like that. Just to share a humor, because all of you are happy morning is not coming with a lot of energy. My asking you to repeat Dushman kahan hai, it's not coming with a raised voice. Again I'm telling you, if you're going to sit silent as a BBA student, what brand building are you doing? If you're not able to give value addition to yourself, if you're not going to promote yourself like a brand, then why BBA? You should be able to project. You get very little time. In that little time, you will have to project yourself and build yourself. And it is a brand building activity. Given in an interview of 5 to 10 minutes where you come under the influence of an HR, if you are not able to build value to yourself, then gone. Somebody else will come, they will build their brand, they will build so much of value to themselves, and they will get that interview and they will go through the interview with an offer letter, and you will keep on attending interviews and bringing down your wish. My wish was 1.5 CR, it is 1 CR, it is 50 lakhs, it is 25 lakhs, even if I get 12 lakhs also, there is no harm in it. And finally, you settle for 12 lakhs, Genie did not change, you changed. And every time you told, Genie is feeling sorry for you. But Genie has no other work to do. He has to simply follow your wish. When you say, I will only get 12 lakhs, that is also not bad. Genie will say, you will be blessed with 12 lakhs only, master. That is what you wished. Your 12 lakh salary will be given to you. And some of you, that also you can't hit. And there are some of you who come down from 12 lakhs to 6 lakhs. Even if I get 30-40,000 per month, that is more than enough. And again the Genie will come. Your wish is my command, master. Your 30-40 shall be delivered to you. Who changed the destination? You changed. Why? Because you weren't confident about yourself. Again I am telling you, if you are not confident yourself, forget it. Be confident about He is there in you. Most of us forget that. Let me share this beautiful story, and to the humor we will go. Here was a father who was expecting his son's result to be declared. He was curious to know his son's result, because most of us have this inhibition that my father has to be a godfather for me to become successful. And here the father is coming from a business. He's a very successful businessman, no doubt. But academically, he could not even complete 10th. So he had made a wish and he had made a conviction, come what may, until his son is going to be master graduate. It means double graduate. He's not going to let him in the business. Even Dhirubhai Ambani told the same. I know I'm a very successful businessman. I started as a petrol bunk worker, and my mapping of where I wanted to see my success was so big. And today I see myself as having a big turnover company, 3,000 turnover, 10,000 turnover company from an ordinary 10,000 turnover company. Yes, all this happened, but I strongly believe academic, whatever we call it as a pillar, is equally important. So I will not let my all three kids get into the business until they complete their masters, and masters after they completed, they were welcome to the business. And this father is waiting for his son's result to come. The son will come, and he's very curious. He asks, what happened to your result? Papa, what happened to your result? Papa, वो डॉक्टर अंकल है ना, हाँ मालूम है, उसका बेटा रवि, हाँ वो भी 2 सब्जेक्ट में फेल हो गया. ओके, वो फेल हो गया, ठीक है, लेकिन आपका रिजल्ट का क्या हुआ? व्हाट हैपेंड टू योर रिजल्ट? सन, आई वांट टू नो योर रिजल्ट. पापा, वो लॉयर अंकल है ना, हाँ हाँ लॉयर अंकल, उनका बेटी रेशमा, हाँ मालूम है, क्या हुआ? वो 3 सब्जेक्ट में फेल हो गए. Idiot, that's okay, you tell me your result. पापा, वो इंजीनियर अंकल है ना, उसका बेटा 2 ट्विंस है ना, राम और श्याम, दोनों 2 सब्जेक्ट में फेल हो गए. Papa got angry and he hit him one onto his cheek and yes, idiot, I want to know what happened to your result. And immediately he also got angry and he shouted on the top of the voice, अगर लॉयर का बेटा फेल हो सकता है, इंजीनियर का बेटा फेल हो सकता है, डॉक्टर का बेटा फेल हो सकता है, एसएसएलसी फेल होने वाला बेटा फेल नहीं हो सकता है क्या? फादर को शॉक लगा, लेकिन फादर फिर से बुलाए, आओ इधर, राइट. He made him sit. He hit him one, he told, चाय वाला प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन गया, उसका बाप प्राइम मिनिस्टर नहीं था. रुक 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 रुक. And again he made him sit. You are ready? Okay. एक और छापट मार के वो फिशरमैन का सन बेटा वो साइंटिस्ट बन गया. तुम एसएसएलसी फेल होने की बेटी की बात कर रहे हो. रुक रुक रुक, नहीं पापा मुझे माफ कर दो, नहीं पापा मुझे माफ कर दो. Most of us are like that. We have our own myth that yes, if my father is not this, I cannot. Again, I'm telling you, if Modi has become what he has become, if Draupadi Murmu has become what she has become, if Narayan Murthy, though studying in a village, he has become what he has become, even a college dropout, Bill Gates, if he has become what he has become, even Steve Jobs, if he has become what he has become, it was only because of themselves and it was not because of anybody else. If you are going to be successful, it is only because of you. If you are going to be a failure, again, it is only going to be because of you. You should ask the serious question, am I ready for big things in life? Can I map myself for big things in life? So, talking about this mapping, because we are in a technological world, we have started using our brain less. So what happens? Sometimes we actually take decisions depending on technology. Most of the time technology can assist you, but you will have to be smarter than technology. Then only you can make use of technology to get things done much more faster. It could be anything. Because we have analytics students who are sitting when we talk about data analysis, when we talk about data analysis, analytics. Here, how you handle this data is very beautiful way of understanding what could happen in future. Any business for that matter. All of you will be surprised and you will also be happy, and a research is being done. When this election, last election, when it was result were announced, even before announcing the result, there were a pre-polls that was declared. If you know, unanimously 99% of all the prediction told, definitely BJP is going to hit 350 or 400 plus. But there was one such analysis that was done by AI, and they called it as ZAI election analysis. If you just Google after this class, when they Googled, they exactly told what is going to be the number of seats what BJP would get, and exactly the same was got. So data analysis is important, but at the same time, how do you capture this right data and what kind of data is fed into it based on what data is trying to analyze? So it's a very important thing. In the same manner, when we talk about mind mapping is a beautiful system, because when we talk about our mind is capable of doing infinite things. But when you don't use it in the same professional manner, slowly it's whatever the usage you do in that particular vertical, it will start growing stronger and stronger and stronger. In whatever the usage, if you deprive in that particular vertical, it becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. To be actually called as visionary. What is visionary? A person who is able to see down the line where his business can go, down the line where his destination can be because of the choices what he is doing. That mind mapping technology itself will be lost. What we say cognitive brain usage, when you start underusing, automatically it will be clogged with web. Just like one space somewhere here is not being utilized at all, over a period of time what happens, that particular space get clogged. So today we will try to understand from that perspective. So we will go for the first saying. Mind mapping is very important, and for academic students, for visionary students, for business students, it is very important, because at the right time you should not forget few things which has to be put across. The best way for you to understand this is, if you are in a hotel industry or if you are in a tourism industry, whatever industry, and for those who are in analysis industry, any kind of a business, can you analyze and give that 3 minutes talk about that business, just like how a business aspirant, when he is seeking money from any of the angel investors, or the way they actually put themselves in front of Shark Tank, in the 3 or 4 or 5 minutes of their speech, they should accumulate so much of information with full accuracy. They cannot answer the same question wrongly or differently with different factuals, and if you do it, you really lose it. How do they actually put it into such a phrase and see to it they answer it so accurately? Let it be the total revenue that they are going to generate, the total projection of their business, what they are looking at, how much of growth they could be expecting. All this cannot come so accurately if you have not done what is called as a mind mapping. So please learn this mind mapping, because this mind mapping can be a turning point in your life. Even in an interview of 10 minutes, mind mapping is required so that you are able to answer them with facts. So that factual answering only happens because of mind mapping. If you have done perfect mind mapping, there is no reason you will forget. The moment you forget, they will consider is not aligned to that business at all, and the investors will say, we don't want to invest. Somehow we are not happy with the way you projected your business. You were not honest. Every time you were changing your values. That will not work. So we say mind mapping is very important because we don't want to forget. Very simple reason. Academic performance will be high if I don't forget. So how do I not forget and use mind mapping to remember every factuals as I want? That is the objective of today's class. So why we should not forget, and is forgetting a gift or a curse? In a simple term, sometimes forgetting is a gift. But many a times forgetting is also a curse. In an interview, when something is asked, if you are not able to say, in an exam when some question is right in front of you, if you are not able to recollect the answer, that forgetting is dangerous. But sometimes forgetting is a gift. Why I do say this is, sometimes when we map our mind, we should be ready to remove few things from our mind. It's like an inception. Go and remove few of those memories, otherwise life will not continue at all. One beautiful example is, I still remember that day when one of my friends, because we stay close to Nimans, there is one doctor who is a counselor and he has at least 20 plus years of experience. Whenever he has an important counseling appointment, he calls me. And after his counseling is done, he asks me to pour some, what is called as positive motivational talk, so that the patient who has come there, he should not feel like he is a patient. He should feel like, yes, I'm going out as a healthy person. So it so happened that there was a 9-year-old girl. She was so attached to her grandmother that everything what she did from day early in the morning when she gets up till sleep, everything was with the grandmother. The grandmother used to give her a bath, the grandmother used to feed her breakfast, the grandmother used to teach her, the grandmother used to take her for a walk, the grandmother used to give her lunch, the grandmother used to sleep along with her. Like that, right from the day she was born, she was so attached to grandmother, and all of a sudden grandmother passes away because of cancer, and now she gets into depression because she is missing her grandmother everywhere. As long as she's going to school, she's happy. But the moment she comes back from school, she's again remembering grandmother, and she's not able to hold on to that detachment, and she slowly gets into depression. She stops eating food, she stops sleeping because she's not aligned to the school work. She doesn't want to go to school. When she's in such a turbulence, they were in an helpless state. They told, can we do something about it? And one of them advised, take her to a counselor, and that is when my friend happened to meet her. And when I was there, he did a very beautiful counseling. He told, if you want her to actually come out of this depression, take her to a place where she will not have any memory of her grandmother at all. Otherwise, it will be too difficult to bring her back to normal. And exactly he told, shift the house, go to a new city, nothing wrong in it. She has already gone into too much of depression. It will be difficult to bring her out. So take her to a new place where the environment is new and everything is new, and no sight of her grandmother's photo or grandmother's words or anybody referring her grandmother should come into our, what we call it as a zone, what we call it as our information zone, so that she will totally slowly start forgetting her. And that is what was done. And after 6 months to 1 year, when she had become normal, then they shifted back to this place, which was her own house. And this place, when she shifts back, the interiors has to be changed, and no image of her grandmother should be present anywhere there. So mind mapping is important. You will have to remove those informations which will keep on bugging me. So that is what the counselor advised. Immediately after that, he had to counsel a 12th standard student, who was an excellent student, but all of a sudden his IIT preparation had gone low and he was not able to focus. He was always the topmost student. In his 7th standard, he was the top of the school. In his +1, he was top of the college. But IIT pressure became so much that he was not able to go to the top one. The top one shifted to 2, 3, 4, 5, and it had become 10th. And now he was not able to handle that. I am in 10th position, where is first position and 10th position? And that person also had come for a counseling. And there, it was because of the forgetfulness that he could not score well. Then the teacher, again the same counselor, advised him how to use mind mapping so that you are able to remember good, you are able to remember accurately. When you are able to remember accurately, definitely in IIT JEE your score will go high. After his counseling, he became good. So the only advice that he gave was use mind mapping technology. And why mind mapping? Yes, we have seen. See, why do we forget? We forget because we don't do revision. A very simple understanding. I am going to forget my mother because grandmother, it is definitely because I don't see her visual, nobody is talking to me about that. In school, definitely I am not going to remember my grandmother when I am taking that girl as an example. So that is because no memory is coming and no revision of the thought process is happening, so I will tend to forget. So anything in your class also, today if a lesson is done and after 60 days if they announce what is called as a test, if you have not done first revision, second revision, third revision and fourth revision and then go to the test, you will not be able to remember 95%. Most of us will not do that. Why? There is definitely a time constraint also. You cannot revise all the subjects, all the lessons, and that can be done in so much interval, highly impossible. The best way to do revision is create a mind map of the entire lesson, observe the lesson and watch it. Slowly information will be recollected and you will start automatically doing revision. So if you can do 1 revision, 2 revision, 3 revision, 4 revision, your accuracy will be high and your academic performance also will be high. But if you are not able to do that revision, automatically your performance will come down. Today a lesson was done, there is a tendency our mind will not remember it. Why? Because you have not done enough revision. When first revision happens, second revision happens, third revision, you remember it accurately. And there is no reason that you will forget, because when you do rigorous and multiple revision, your content, what you wanted to keep in memory, will go into a place called as permanent memory or long-term memory. When it goes to permanent or long-term memory, you will not forget at all. Right now, if I say 9 8s are, BBA students here, 9 8s are,
72.
okay, 6 5s are,
30.
3 8s are.
24.
Why most of you were very accurate? Because you have done a revision so many number of times. If I say 19 8s, you need to do something. It doesn't spontaneously come. Okay, 18 9s, it doesn't come. 13 6s. Why? You have not done that rigorous revision. When you have not done that rigorous revision, definitely all the time when you will have to actually pick up that information, it doesn't happen. So, Ebbinghaus is a very famous scientist. He has given this Ebbinghaus forgetting curve, where he says if a student needs to remember anything, he needs to conclude with multiple revisions. When he concludes with multiple revision, automatically he will be able to remember. When we talk about memory, there are three kinds of memories: sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Long-term memory is also called as permanent memory. When I am speaking, my information, what I am speaking, the audio, the video, is getting into your mind through the sensory memory. But what happens? The retention in the sensory memory is very short life. So you will have to repeat it multiple times so that it is pushed to short-term memory. And when you do multiple more revisions going home, then it will go to what is called as long-term memory, and you will have to do elaborative rehearsal. When you do elaborative rehearsal, at any point of time, if you want the information back, automatically from the long-term memory, retrieval will be possible. It's a very simple understanding. If I do not want to forget something, I need to do multiple revision. What is that multiple revision? Nobody knows, because for all of us, that multiple nth revision is different. For few of you, 2 times you read, you will understand it perfectly. For few of you, even after reading 10 times, you may not understand, but you should not give up, because for you, that nth vada has not come. That nth attempt has not come. You should not feel like, I have read 9 times, why it is not coming? Maybe it is expecting one more time for you to read, and after that it will perfectly come. Chandrayana 1 was a failure. No, Chandrayana 1 was successful. Chandrayana 2 was 99% failure, because only the soft landing did not happen. And they thought everything is gone. No, Chandrayana 2 was very, very successful. Otherwise, Chandrayana 3 soft landing wouldn't have happened perfectly. So, you need failures, and you don't know which is your nth vada. God will not create duplicates. आपने 2 बार पढ़ लिया, it got into your mind. For you, maybe that lesson you will have to read 10 times. Only then it gets into your mind. Maybe you will have to write it 10 times. Your mind mapping would have happened differently. The way you consistently use it, the more stronger it becomes. So, you should know which is your nth vada. And be happy that nth vada has happened. This is a story about nth vada concept to make you understand what is this. There was this Raju who was looking for a job in Infosys. He had made a conviction that I am going to interview today, Mama. He's from Udupi. Mama, I am going to Bangalore. Only after I get an offer letter, I will eat anything or I will drink a water. Till then, I am not going to take anything. Yes, he came to Bangalore. Interview was organized very early in the morning. He attended 3 or 4 rounds of interview and he got an offer letter. He was very happy. Now he was seeing, because he told that he is only going to have anything after he gets an offer letter. He has got an offer letter with a good CTC and he is looking for a hotel where he can have something. Because he is a Udupi man, he wanted to look for a Udupi hotel as he was passing by from the Infosys campus into the city, and there he found there was one hotel and it was fully crowded. He went up to the hotel and there was this owner who was sitting at the counter. He went up to him and he asked, "Sir, do you have vadas?" He told, "Yes, sir." Is your vada tasty?" He told, "Yes, sir." And is your vada capable of satisfying my hunger? It can satisfy anybody's hunger, sir. You simply sit, sir, have, sir. Look, sir, so many rush. Why? Because our vada is the best, tasty, and it can fill anybody's stomach. You sit, sir. He sits. And he orders one of his server, hey, one plate vada, could you please give him a plate of vada? A vada with one cup of sambar, 1 cup of chutney. As he is eating, before starting, he looks up the owner and he says, so do you charge anything for the sambar and chutney? He says, no, free, you can ask, I have unlimited. Okay, what is the cost of vada? He says, 40 rupees. And he again confirms, sir, does your vada satisfy my hunger? It can satisfy anybody's hunger, it can satisfy anybody's taste. You start, sir. He takes the first vada, he completes, breaks it into 4 pieces, he gulps it. He feels wow. He looks at the owner and says, very, very tasty, but stomach not full. So he orders one more plate of vada, he eats, and again he says, very tasty, stomach not full. Owner is happy. 40 billing has become 80, 80 billing has become 160 after 4 plates, 5 plates, 6 plate, and immediately the server goes, that's how is his vision. And he says, don't worry, anyway he's paying. But he says, as a teacher I know, he can maximum one more time, if he's going to revise this, he will become perfect. Always you will stop at the imaginary finishing line. Our mind mapping gets blocked when I see a bend. But believe me, when you go very close to that bend, there will be really a bend, a right turn, and then a big road would come. But most of us think that imaginary finishing line is the finishing line, and they give up. And this man, he took up the 7th vada, so we call it a sapt vada or nth vada. We don't know which is our sapt vada. How many times when I do, I can actually become perfect in my mind mapping. How many attempts if I do, I can become an expert in mind mapping. Nobody knows, but you should keep on making unless you hit that bullseye. 9,999 times. This man told a bulb cannot be done or manufactured so that it can actually ignite himself or be on for a longer time. Yes, he made 9,999 times, and on the 10,000th attempt it became successful. That is what we call Saptvada. He took up the last vada, he broke it into 4 pieces, he direct one vada he had, and he had already had the remaining vada still here. He could not get through. The owner told, I told you, now you cannot have the 7th vada. He got the answer perfectly now. He need not read, it is in the permanent memory. You should also know which is your 10th vada. The story gets ended there, he comes and he is giving 40 rupees and he is moving. Immediately the owner stops and he says, sir, not 40. 7 4s are 28, whatever that number. You will have to pay 200 and so much. But why are you only paying 40? He told, sir, first vada, second vada, third vada, fourth vada, sixth vada did not satisfy my hunger. So how will I pay for that? Only the 7th vada satisfied my hunger. I did not eat the entire vada also. I only ate 1/4 of it. And why are you expecting me to pay? And there I am still paying for the complete vada. We'll stop the story there. Ask yourself how many times you would have thought the same thing. How many attempts you need? Yes, until you become successful. Chandrayana 1, Chandrayana 2, Chandrayana 3, Chandrayana 4 also will come. Not only soft landing, they will take something and they will put it there so that that starts working and sending information. So, that kind of a mind mapping is required. That's the beauty of it. So, that is where we talk about short-term and long-term memory. So, here is a sensory memory, which is actually the duration is a quarter to 2 seconds. Then it is pushed to short-term memory and then it is pushed to permanent memory, not taking much of the time. And also, because we are talking about mind mapping, you guys should know what kind of a study style all of you follow, because that directly is proportional to your performance. Most of us as students, we will be visual students. Who is a visual student? A visual student is the one who observes the teacher, observes the formula, he just looks at the book and he understands. He could memorize verbatim just by observing, not even uttering a word or reading, he can observe and get it done. These are called as visual people. And there is a second set who are auditory. These are the students who need to listen multiple times. When they listen so many number of times, only then it works. For them, group discussion is required. For them, loud reading is required. For them, you should record your own reading, and whenever you are free traveling, put it like an headphone. Keep listening to it again and again. A mapping will happen. A same repetitive mapping will happen, and you will perfectly understand. Visual mapping will happen for those visual, and there is a third kind of people, kinesthetic. Kinesthetic people are those, they will have to sit, write, and only then it gets into their mind. Mind mapping is for kinesthetic students. Again, I am telling you, because they are not visual, they are not auditory, they need to put it in the form of a writing. They will have to feel that, they will have to actually put it, get involved physically, only then it works. These are called as kinesthetic. Kinesthetic students need to actually practice mind mapping more. But there is another saying, I will not go to all the slides. Of course, you should know that those who make it to the top bracket in academics and in business and real life, practice all the three learnings: audio, visual, kinesthetic methodologies. They read it, they say it, and they also practice it. So, mind mapping should be practiced for everyone if you are looking at a bracket of 100%. Always remember, where there is a will, there is a way. Can we repeat it one more time? Where there is a will, there is a way. 3 times. Where there is a will, there is a way. Let me change a little bit. There is always a way. Ask yourself, do you have the will? There is always a way. There are people who have got beautiful job recruitments, but ask yourself, are you ready? In the past few years, there are a lot of students who sat in the same place, who were influenced by the same lecturers. They have got 100% in most of the subjects. There are records that there was no such subject in the past that one student has not got 100%. That means there is always a way. Ask yourself, do you have the will? From the womb of willingness, मुझे करना ही है. From the womb of willingness, what happens? Solutions are born. मुझे 100% लेना ही है. Let me go and talk to my lecturer. What can I do? Because I need 100%. Automatically solutions will be visible. But when you are having a womb of non-willingness, excuses will be born. मुझे ये नहीं चाहिए, so क्या excuse ढूंढो? I am blind. There are a lot of blind people who have cleared graduation with 100% marks. I am deaf, I am dumb. There are a lot of deaf and dumbs who have completed BBA also, and they have got very high marks. I am handicapped. There are a lot of handicaps who have actually hit the exams and they have gone through and they have got excellent marks. Now what excuse are you ready to give? My father is a fisherman, my father is a chaiwala, my mother and my community is a tribal. No, from excuses means excuses is a truth in a wrong place. Yes, definitely an engineer's son will be better at you. That doesn't prove that he can become an engineer. There are engineer's sons who fail. So mind mapping has to be done in a very proficient way. So what is that memory techniques we can use and why this mind mapping? Whenever we talk about memory, there is nothing called as good or bad memory. It is only trained and untrained memory. So you will have to know how to train your mind so that you are equipped to handle it properly. You are really equipped to handle it properly. Let me see how is your mind mapping. We will not go for 1 to 20 because I'll have to conclude the class by 11:30, 11:35. Now I have given you 10 objects. You will have to remember it. And afterwards I'll ask you, you will have to tell me in the same order. Nobody will write down anything. 1 is butterfly, you will have to remember. And 2 is clock. And 3 is ice cream. And 4 is, okay, where is 4? All of you are able to, rainbow. And 5 is apple. And 6 is pencil. And 7 is, what is 7? Loudly? Okay, then 8 is, okay, and 9 is, okay, and 10 is cake. Now, how many of you can repeat this? I have asked you to map yourself in your mind. Can you repeat? What was 1? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Okay, 10. Okay, now if I say along with this 10 objects, you will have to place the second 10 objects along with that, which will be from 11 to 20. How many of you will be comfortable doing? Let me see. Now we will go to 11. What is 11? Hammer. And 12? Okay, 13? Okay, 14? Okay, 15? Okay, 16? 17? 18? 19? 20? Okay, now can you, this is the second objects. 11? Okay, clarity is there, but most of your confidence is low. Mapping is there. मुझे इधर जाना, मुझे कुछ ना कुछ जॉब तो चाहिए. 4 लाख का, 5 लाख का, 10 लाख का, एक बेटी का जॉब तो चाहिए. But what is the clarity you have that this is the job what I want? That is what we say memory mapping. A pegging system of trying to map your memory so that you know if I go to this, that will automatically come. That object can be pulled in. Let us follow a simple understanding of how your mind can be mapped with pictures and visuals, because mind mapping is associated with that. We will follow a small pegging exercise. We will go for 1 to 10. We need to use these rhymes so that it is easy for us to remember. All of you with me will have to repeat. 1 run, 2 zoo, 3 tree, 4 door, 5 eye, 6 sick, 7 heaven, 8 gate, 9 wine, 10 den. Along with me. 1 run, 2 zoo. Along with me. 1 run, 2 zoo, 3 tree, 4 door, 5 eye, 6 6, 7 heaven, 8 gate, 9 wine, 10 den. Okay. We will only go for 10 because we have limited time. Now for everything I'll give you a visual. I'll give you a story. I'll attach emotions to it so that my mapping becomes beautiful. If I say there was an elephant, a normal elephant, it will not get into your memory. If I say there was a gigantic elephant who was actually sitting on the top of your house with one of the leg on your building and one more leg on your neighbor's building and one more, then you will not forget it. Abdul Kalam sir very beautifully told, don't always go to college. Sometimes bunk college and go out and do something interesting, because you will never remember all the days that you attended in the college. But that one day when you bunked and went and did something good, blood donation, something good, Swachh Bharat, something good, International Yoga Day, or Pushpa 2 also, who antawa. So what happens, it is always a saying that if you are going to do something abnormal, something which you have not done normal, our memory is capable of remembering it. Otherwise you will not. So we will go for this pegging. There is a small story for you to make you understand. 1 run, all of you close your eyes. You just imagine this image and then you can close your eyes. Anybody who opens, I have a knife, I'll just simply put it in, take it out, and the eyes will be delivered to the principal. No, I was just joking. Guys, remember this image. 1 run, horses are running, simple. 2, zoo. In the zoo there are animals. 3, tree, that big banyan tree, you can imagine Bangalore's banyan tree. Okay, 4, door. You can imagine your room's door. 5, hide, honey hive in your room only, so that it's easy for you. And 6, sick, you're sick, you're lying in the bed. 7, heaven, once you die, heaven doors are opening and you are getting inside. 8, gate. Actually, this is not a normal gate, this is a railway gate. You are actually on a BMW, you are driving a car and you see a gate. 9, wine, somebody offers you wine, but you are not a wine drinker. Okay, you are a good boy, you only drink nimbu pani. Now 10, den means you are inside that den. Now close your eyes, close your eyes. A beautiful memory mapping is happening in your eyes. Close your eyes, close your eyes, don't open your eyes. No earrings will be taken, none of your watches will be taken. Close your eyes. 1 run. There are huge horses which are running towards you so fast that you're actually feeling what would happen if any of these horses which are gigantic, if it steps on me. But all of a sudden you see one of the horse was limping and you wanted to find out why is this horse limping. When this horse is limping, please open your eyes. One thing I forgot to put it into your memory. Black triangle. What is triangle? The 3-sided object. We'll take a big black triangle, thick black triangle, and this is the object what we are going to place in our story. Now close your eyes. Black triangle, all of you remember, na? The horse which was limping, a big white horse which was limping, there was a big black triangle on the top of the horse. So the horse was limping. Okay, one run ho gaya. Two, zoo. You went to Mysore Zoo and you thought, wow, what a place to see animals. But you're very, very curious because there was a huge crowd in one particular place and everybody was watching something. And you were also curious why hundreds of them are actually peeping through that big, what we call it as a room. And when you also go there and peep between those small openings, you see everybody is curiously watching a big black triangle. You're thinking, what stupid is this? Why are they watching black triangle? That too, they are coming to a zoo and watching black triangle. Tree. You had a beautiful day. You went to big banyan tree and you wanted to see this big banyan tree and feel that big banyan tree. And when you go there, you are surprised because the big banyan tree has roots all the places, but instead of roots, it is black triangles coming out in all the places. The leaves are black triangle, the branches are black triangle, and you are surprised, why is this a big banyan tree? They should have called it as a big black triangle tree. Then 4-door. You are in an hurry, you just forget the car keys and you have come back to take your bike. We will take a bike because it should be realistic. Now all of a sudden आपको सुसु के लिए urgent हो रहा है. Now you want to go and you want to somehow get into your room and then release yourself. Nature calls. But you are trying to open the door. Door is not getting opened. You wanted to go down. Your mom is occupied one of the other restroom. Your brother is occupied one more restroom, and you are finding it difficult. You are pushing the door, and you are scolding all bad words. Who has put anything behind the door? Who has put anything behind the door? Now all of a sudden, through that small space when you are peeping in, the door is stuck between. Close your eyes. The door is actually, you are trying to push it back, and there is a big black triangle lying there. You're pushing and pushing. The black triangle is actually stopping you. That ho gaya 4-door, 5 high. Every birthday party you celebrate on the backyard. On the backyard you have a big garden. Right at the middle of the garden there is one dining table. It is made up of stone, and most of the celebration you will have it in your backyard on that table. You have called all your friends for a birthday party. All your friends from Christ to Jayanti College have come, and now you want to go and have a cake cutting ceremony because log zyada the, your mother told go to the backyard and arrange the cake cutting there. When you come to the backyard, you will be surprised, right on the table there is this honey hive. On this honey hive you are surprised, where did this such a big honey hive come on my table? And instead of honeybees, you are still more surprised, it is small black triangles coming out and going, as though it is like an honey bee which is coming, going. Sick, you're very sick, you're lying on the sick bed, and everything is white there. And this is a boy who is got sick, and as he is little shady, he is looking here and there is nobody. But all of a sudden he sees a beautiful nurse walking in. He was so happy looking at that beautiful nurse with white clothes. And all of a sudden he sees her hand, she is holding a big syringe. A big syringe which is difficult to carry. She is coming with that syringe and she is about to actually give you an injection with that big syringe. And you are surprised and you are also afraid. What is she going to do with such a big syringe? As though she is going to give it to Hulk, she is coming with such big syringe. And when she is coming very close, inside the syringe, the medicines are not medicines, it is black triangle, small, black triangle. Then 7 heaven, you die, you are a good man, good girl, good boy, you go to heaven, and as you go to heaven, there are 2 beautiful boys or girls who are welcoming, and you are surprised because there are no boys and girls who is welcoming. A big black triangle is saying, please come in, please come in, please come in, and you are trying to go in. So remember that black triangle in heaven. And 8th gate, you are given a BMW car and your father has gifted you. You wanted to try the speed of the car. You take it late in the evening at 5 o'clock, you go, you reach nearly half place of Chennai. Now when you are coming back, all of a sudden you had to reach before time, otherwise your father is going to scold you. When you are coming back with such a big speed, all of a sudden you see your not notice that there is a railway passing and you all of a sudden see a black triangle which is right on the gate of this railway track, and it is telling Malik stop, Malik stop. If you don't stop this, you're going to hit this gate, you're going to hit the moving train, and you're going to take your last breath. BMW bhi nahi rahega, tum bhi nahi rahoge. Then night wine, you don't really drink wine, but one day you are being pushed to a party and you ask them, I don't want to have wine, it's okay, give me lemon juice. And you are eagerly waiting for one of your friend to get a lemon juice from that small counter. Your friend is waiting and waiting and waiting, lemon juice is not coming, you are angry, you are asking, Arey yaar, give me something, at least water de do. He says, no, lemon juice hi aa raha hai. And that person, waiter, comes with a big container and he's pouring into your big glass. Instead of lemon juice, that small lemon pieces, what you see when you actually use a lemon juice, instead of that, black triangles are getting poured onto your, what you call it as a glass. Next 10 then, all of a sudden you are deep asleep and some time machine comes and it pushes you into a lion's den. And in that lion's den, the lion was hungry for nearly a week's time. Most of my stories are episodic, it is beyond comparison, but your mind will he will not forget. This lion had a board on him written, I am hungry for 1 week. And as soon as he sees you, he's so happy, he's looking at a meal and he's coming and he's pouncing on you. At that moment, you don't know what to do. You move your hand here and there, and all of a sudden you can feel some object which is sharp. What is that? It's a black triangle. You take that black triangle. As soon as the lion comes and he's about to pounce on you, you put that black triangle into the lion's mouth. And slowly the lion eats the triangle and he rescues you. Now keep your eyes closed. Now I am going to put the objects. All of you should say what was the story I connected. 1, run, horse, limping horse and a black triangle. 2, zoo, from the banyan tree, black triangles. 3, from the black triangles. 2, zoo, inside the zoo there is one particular cage where there are black triangle, a big black triangle, everybody is walking. 4, door, behind the door, Susu के लिए urgent हो गया, लेकिन उधर बड़ा सा black triangle है. 5, hive, instead of honeybees, black triangles are coming in, going out. 6, sick, when you are sick, a beautiful nurse, white dress, she comes with a big syringe. In that syringe there is no medicine, it's black triangles. 7, heaven, you are going into heaven, instead of angels welcoming you, you are seeing black triangles welcoming you. 8, gate, your BMW is about to hit the car, hit the gate, and you find there is a big black triangle who told stop, and he saved your life. 9, wine, actually instead of wine or lemon juice, instead of wine they gave you black triangle juice. 10, then there were small black triangles in the juice in the glass, remember. 10, then all of a sudden you are in the den and the lion is about to pounce on you and eat, but instead of actually eating, you feel a black triangle and you put that black triangle into the lion's mouth. Now we'll do what is called as an inception. What is that? Instead of black triangle, I will ask you to place these objects there. Keep your eyes closed, only place the object there. 1, butterfly. 1, run. On top of the horse there is this huge butterfly. 2, zoo. 1, run. 2, zoo. And 2, instead of everybody watching animal, they are watching a big clock which is kept in the cage. 3, hanging from the tree are ice creams. Big banyan tree. You're picking up the ice cream, eating, you're giving it to your friends ice cream. 4, door. Beyond the door there was one rainbow which was made of thermocol which your brother was using. That has fallen and then you're not able to open the door. 5, hive. Instead of honeybees, happens with actually what you call wings is coming in and going. 6, it is sick. Instead of medicines, there is small pencils which is coming and going. 7, heaven. Instead of actually angels being there, a big globe is being put on both the sides and both the globes are welcoming you. 8, gate. On the top of the gate, there is this big chair, executive chair, which is talking and which is telling stop. 9, wine. Actually, you are inside the glass. Instead of wine, you see small houses, toy houses inside those wine juice or lemon juice which they have given you. 10, then all of a sudden a lion is pouncing on you, who was hungry for nearly a 1 week's time. You found a cake, you picked that cake and you put it into the lion's mouth, and you are thinking, I was rescued. Now open your eyes, open your eyes. On the top of the horse, butterfly, 1 run, 2 zoo. What was there inside the zoo? Clock. 3 tree. What was hanging from the tree? Okay. 4 door. Behind the door? Behind the door? Rainbow. 5 high. What was coming in and going? Apples. 6 sick. You were sick. Pencil. 7 heaven. Globe. 8 gate. On the gate? Luxury chair. 9 wine. What was inside the wine? Small houses. 10 den. What did you put into the lion's mouth? Okay. That way, this is called as a mind mapping, where you're trying to map your mind with visuals and you're placing the object. The beauty of this is, you need not try it seriously now. You can take the second object also and put it right next to this object. Your mind is capable of taking. And every day you can take up new peg system from 1 to 20. You can sit on a chair, close your eyes. You can start mapping those into those positions. Instead of black triangle, you will have to place these objects, and slowly you will be able to remap all this. That's the beauty of what we call it as memory mapping. We will go a little bit ahead. Along with that butterfly, can we place one more object? That you can practice at home. What I mean is, one is run. Instead of butterfly also, next to the butterfly you can place the 11th object. What is that? You will be able to do it. Go home and practice. It works. This is a beautiful way of working on your memory system so that your memory becomes stronger. What is that can help you in the exam to score highest marks? Not taking information from the book and putting it here. How is your study pattern? You take information, put it here. Take information, put it here. But in the exam, what do? You take information from here and you will have to put it in the paper. So your practice has to be more of that. So what we say, smart way of studying, mind mapping way of studying is, in 1 hour, how many 20 minutes are there? 3 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes, the middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. Can all of you repeat? First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. Repeat. First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. First 20 minutes, mind mapping should be taking information and putting it in your memory. Fine. Okay. You read the book and you put it here. Read the book, put it here. That's important. But that should be done as least as possible. Only the first 20 minutes. For everything that you read, write questionnaire. You put questions. And then close the book. The middle 20 minutes, take the information from your memory and try to put it across. Just like you removed an object, I asked you what is 1, what is 2, what is 3. 3 is tree. Under the tree, what was hanging? Ice cream. You will not forget. Okay, 4 door. Beyond the door, it was rainbow. So you're taking information and putting it here. That is memory exercise. That is memory mapping exercise. Trying to take the object, put it here and trying to recollect. That means I'm exercising my brain just like I exercise my hand, just like I exercise my legs, just like I exercise every part of the body. Can I map myself and exercise my memory so that my memory becomes stronger and stronger? The more you invest time on your memory, the more stronger it becomes. The middle 20 minutes is this. But very important is the last 20 minutes. Close the book, keep it there. Because while you're doing audio recollect, you can always refer the book because there is chance. But in exam, there is a chance? No. The next 20 minutes, keep the book in the rack. Just answer the question, write like you answer in an exam. Only then 100% can be yours. I'm very proud to say my son is scoring in IIT JEE, was excellent, and he's doing his 3rd year, that is 5th semester in IIT Kharagpur, and he's a topper there. And he follows such a beautiful memory system. Amazing to see him actually practice. It can work miracle to you. The more you try to remember, the more your remembrance become perfect. The more you do memory mapping, the more perfect your memory is going to become. Now we will go to the actual subject without wasting much time. What is mind mapping? See, mind mapping is a process of creating a visual display. Right now, I created a mind mapping of those visual display in your mind. I associated one display with another display so that your mind is able to picturize and you will never forget in your lifetime. That is called as mind mapping, creating a visual display of a concept using symbols, images, colors and keywords. You will have to use symbols, images, colors and keywords. Mind map demonstrates how words and ideas can relate to each other. You will have to create the same kind of mind mapping for all the subjects. For every lesson you can create one mind map diagram. We will just look into it to understand it better. What is a concept? All pieces of information that is put in one diagram in one place is called as a memory mapping or mind mapping. So you will have to follow that. It is a cognitive process which helps you to think, memorize and associate. If you have seen Sherlock Holmes movie, if you have seen any detective movies, they will have a big board which is called as a mind mapping board. If there is one culprit who was murdered, keeping him, or there is one robbery that would have happened, that would be the center element. A picture of that robbery would be created, and there will be lines drawn, and an image would be created where they would try to identify who could be the murderer. Possibility of murdering within the close circle, how many of them were there? From the friend circle, how many were there? From the office circle, from the environment, from the flat. Like that, different mapping is done, and every such entity is being analyzed, and finally they find out who could be the murderer. A small theft has happened, a bank theft has happened. How do you think they are going to solve it? They'll create a memory map. A big place is allocated. They will put that bank picture there. Robbery has happened. What is the problems? What is the solution handling? A beautiful problem solving and solution looking analysis can be done if you have this mind mapping. So you will have to enable structure information in a very clear fashion. Who all could be the entity? It can be applied in many fields, in companies, universities, non-profitable organizations, charities, research institutes, business organization, NGOs, political organization, everywhere in research and development, everywhere mind mapping can be used in order to give the solutions. It belongs to a centered diagram. One centered diagram, the whole picture is taken. I'll directly go to the image and I'll explain. What does this do? This will encourage your creativity. It will also help you in problem solving much quicker, much faster, much accurately. जो दिखता है वो होता नहीं है. Most of the time, what you see is not going to be actually true, and what you are not trying to see is what is going to be true. Sometimes mind mapping will give you a clarity of all that, trying to understand. So it promotes visual thinking skills, definitely that is required. Contextualize learning in a meaningful way, promote active involvement. For this today's class also, I have created a mind mapping. First 10 minutes what I will talk, next 10 minutes what examples I will give, what stories I will add up, what humor I will share. Everything has to be mapped, and as a package it should be delivered. Pushpa 1 was more successful, Pushpa 2 you did not like so much because you missed some elements there. Now also you feel like saying it multiple times. Pushpa 2 mein aisa kuch nahi tha. One song was there, but what was the mind mapping? This was missing there. When elections happened in Delhi, because you are a research and data analysis students, can you tell me what went right that BJP got so many seats? What is your research? What was your understanding? Did you actually make a mapping? Which were the places where BJP got a phenomenal improvement in their votes, and how many of them who were expected, least expected, have given surprise, what we call it as a solutions of winning over the BJP? All this can be beautifully understood by mind mapping. Today, politic analyzers, they are the highly paid people. And you people also can get into that kind of a vertical. It's a beautiful vertical. It will assist all students in learning, in research, and understanding the concepts, vocabulary, all this. Now directly we will go to mind mapping. This is one simple mind mapping where I am talking about left side of the brain, right side of the brain. What is going to happen in the left sided of the brain? What activities the left sided of the brain are directly connected to? What activity the right side of the brain is actually connected to? In women's, which is more powerful? In men, what is more powerful? A beautiful understanding can be had. This is one kind of a mind mapping. For every lesson, you can create such mind mapping. It has to be practiced. The more you practice, it becomes beautiful. So this is one kind of a mind mapping. Mind mapping closely mirrors our natural thinking process. He could be the culprit now. He could be also a murderer. He could also be a murderer. Does he have any brothers and sisters? Put their relatives also. Did any of them visit and know this person? Yes, they visited. So they will also come under the circle of they are going to be a suspect. In CID terms, in research terms, in detective terms, everybody is a suspect. An emotional attachment of mother, father doesn't prove that they are not a suspect, because earlier researchers have told it has happened from their own parents, it has happened from their own kids. So they put a non-emotional thinking that everybody comes under the vicinity of they are the suspect. So totally how many suspects are there? Maybe 25 suspects, and trying to go who could be the culprit. So because both left and right hemisphere of our brain are involved, so we will not go into detail. This helps even kids to solve. That's the reason kids are told to create charts. They may not actually create a mind map, they are told to create a chart. Like our digestive system, how many times you would have written our digestive systems, where you say from the mouth the food goes, how it gets converted that's the same. Again, it is a mind mapping. So this is one more mind mapping where we talk about an health. In order to be healthy, what is very important is regular exercising, taking as less stress as possible. When in need of some kind of a proteins or vitamins, taking the right kind of helps and suggestions or mentors to be followed. Proper diet has to be done. Okay, proper sleep has to be given. How the sleep is associated with what all? Diet means what kind of a dieting. Help means it is a nutrition help or a dietitian help or a doctor's help. Exercising means what kind of exercise. It doesn't mean that you rigorously exercise and you come here and you are going to do shavasana here. Sitting you may do shavasana, that means you are in a deep sleep. It doesn't work. The purpose is keep your body active so that it helps your mind to be active, and that active body and active mind will help you to observe more things. So that way, this is how a mind mapping has to be created. So as an assignment, what sir has asked me is, you will have to create one such mind assignment, click a photo and share it with your Ajay sir. So you wanted sir, at least by the end of the session, at least after the session, let them create a small mind map. I'll be asking each and every one of you, what topic will you choose? You can pick up any topic, any lesson, any subject, and then create a mind map, click a photo, and you will have to share it to sir. While you are using any of this mind map, look at the coloring. Use colors, use images, use write up then and there itself, so that observing this, you get everything. Okay, here is caffeine, more of caffeine is not required, a little bit of caffeine is good. Okay, alcohol, bilkul no, avoid more caffeine, avoid zero alcohol, avoid smoking. Caffeine you can normally say when you are actually feeling a little sleepy, a little bit of coffee will create an alertness in your mind. Like that, entire thing can be put into one page with images, because it's easy to remember images. One run, two zoo, but one run you are able to associate it with the horse, and then a black triangle there, that visuals will work wonders. So when you create a mind map, you will have to use lines, not straight lines. Straight lines, anything which is normal you will not remember. Anything which is abnormal, your mind is actually getting attracted to it. Try to make it abnormal, try to look at gigantic whenever you are creating an impression in your mind. Use symbols, definitely words, but images and color are also important, and the main entity should be at the center and it should be projected on all the sides. It's just like a sunrise and the beams are going, the sun's rays are going all the sides, so something like that. Start at the center of a blank page. Afterwards, when you have free time, before you could share it to your teachers, start at the center of the blank page. Horizontally you take the page, vertically taking is not the right way. Not portrait mode, landscape mode. Give your brain freedom to spread out in all directions. So you will have to do that way. Use an image or picture for every idea. Images are easy to remember. You may not remember my name when I meet you after 1 year, but after 10 years also somewhere I pass in. I know this sir, once he was teaching us mind mapping, I remember. But names you may not. Picture is so powerful. And influence of picture is high than actually influence of audio. Let us do a small exercise because all of you are sleeping. In another 5 minutes I should also wind up. Stretch your hands. All of your hands are right? Oh, beautiful. Okay. Now it should be straight. You should not bend. Okay. Follow a simple instruction. For every multiply of 3 you will have to clap. Simple. For every multiply. But you should be straight and you should be clapping. It should be straight and you should be clapping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What did I say? For every multiples of 3 you will have to clap. Okay. Keep it straight and you should always be keeping it straight. Ready, steady, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of you are clapping because I am clapping, because the influence of mind, auditory influence is less, visual influence is more. So visual is what you will have to use in your images. So use as much of visuals as possible. That is very, very important. Use colors. Colors are the best. When you are colorless for few days, there is a therapy of colorlessness that is done in the mass. You will go mad. You will not like black and white. You always want color. Today is the zamana of color. When you create your resume also, to make it more interesting, more attractive, it has to be a color resume. Gone are the days where you used to type only using a word processor and then create a resume. Your resume will have to be colorful. Use colors throughout. Connect your main branches to the central image. As I told you earlier, you will have to connect, but don't use straight lines. Use multiple colors. Use curved lines, because a curveness is beautiful. A human body's curveness is beautiful. If we were straight like a rectangle, we wouldn't have liked each other also. Yes or no? So that curve is always attractive, more decent. Please use curves wherever possible. And use one keyword per line. Every option means main subdivision. A computer can be divided into hardware, software, networking, internetworking, and the latest trend, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Okay. Now in that you can again go deep inside. So that way use one keyword per such selection, whatever the selection you do. And then yes, the last, use images throughout. This is how a mind mapping image has to be created. So when you do this, this is also one of the example of a mind mapping. So how to tweet? What is Twitter? When was Twitter came? What was the significance? What was different in Twitter which was not there in Facebook? Facebook you could write Ramayana and Mahabharata, but Twitter you had to use 140 words only, but later 140 characters, then they increased to 280 characters. Like that, you can start telling what is tweeting, what is retweeting, what is liking, what is loving, what is the symbol of love there, and what videos can be attached, what is the limitation of the videos. When you go and simply observe this, you get a complete picture of what is tweeting and what is Twitter. The same mind map can be spoken for nearly 4, 8, 16 hours. And that is what we call mind mapping. Okay, so please do 1 or 2 mind mappings as an example, and please submit it to your teachers. And these are few examples of mind mapping. Thank you, love you all so much. I wish you all the best. So thank you once again. Taking out of a synchronize. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, love you all so much. God bless each and every one of you. May your mind mapping happen with lot of conviction, and let all your dreams come true. Yeah, you can dance. Yeah, all the teachers also will not keep the chairs empty. Ma'am, you also please join me.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening and inspiring talk on how we individuals are the masters of our beginning, choice, and destination, and providing general guidelines while making a mind map. Your insights have not only broadened our perspectives but also ignited a conversation on how we, as students and future employees, can contribute to creating inclusive work environments. To formally express our gratitude, I now invite Tanisha George to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to stand here and deliver the vote of thanks for today's workshop on mind mapping. On behalf of the Department of Professional Management Studies and all of us gathered here, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Mallikarjuna, K-Head, for such an engaging and insightful session. Your session has truly broadened our perspective on the significance of mind mapping in enhancing creativity and problem solving. The interactive activities and real-life examples during the session was not just engaging, but also gave us a hand-on experience in applying mind mapping techniques effectively. The thought-provoking insights on structuring ideas, fostering innovation, and improving decision making will surely help us as future professionals to organize our thoughts effectively and develop strategic solutions in dynamic work environments. I request Dr. Shubha, Coordinator of Department of Professional Management Studies, to present a memento to our speaker as a token of appreciation.
Ma'am, you should share the photos. All the future businessmen and businesswomen, somewhere if we find us, we'll be happy to be knowing that you have actually done big in life. God bless all of you. Thank you so much.
A sincere thanks to Dr. Jisha VG, Head Department of Professional Management Studies, whose constant guidance and encouragement has motivated us to achieve our best. We are truly honored by your guidance. A special word of thanks goes to Dr. Ajay Abraham, Dr. Shubha, and Dr. Shiv Prasad, faculty coordinators of Department of Professional Management Studies, for their incredible efforts in making this event possible. Your dedication and support in organizing this session has played a key role in its success, and we deeply appreciate. I would also like to extend my appreciation to our faculty members and student coordinators for making this event possible. Your efforts in bringing such meaningful discussions to us are truly commendable. Lastly, a big thank you to my fellow students for your enthusiastic participation. Let us carry forward the learnings from today and apply them in shaping a more inclusive future. Once again, thank you all. Have a wonderful day ahead.
An important announcement. Today, your classes will receive by 1:40. You can take lunch break up to 1:30.